Fisher. Earlier this week, starting point guard for the Irish, B.J. Edwards, signed to play for the Tennessee Vols. B.J. Edwards comes in as the number 10 point guard and the number 69 prospects overall in the country. Last year, he was also named TSSAA Mr. Basketball, as well as Max Prep's High School Player of the Year. In other basketball news, the girls' basketball team tipped off here last night against McMinn Central. They got off to a hot start and were led by Jasmine Williams and Sydney Maines in scores as well as steals. We'll be back with more stories after we go to the desk.
Hi there, and welcome to the Irish Media Network. My name is Morgan Phillips, and alongside me is John Domzowski. We've got a lot going on in the world today. John, what's new?
Well, Morgan, we have the latest updates on the Kyle Rittenhouse case with the Kenosha shooting and through debates over why he did it.
Also, air pollution levels are soaring in India, causing the public health crisis to expand. India's energy needs seem to be at the root of the problem.
And finally, Adele is releasing her new album 30 on Friday and is expected to be a new perspective on her divorce and still keeping the new ballads fans are familiar with. And we will be right back after this short break.
Adele is releasing a newly anticipated album on Friday, November 19th. It will be her first album releasing in 5 years after her last album, 25, released in 2015. Adele said on an Instagram live stream that the theme of this album is divorce, causing album sales to already be predicted to reach over 1 million copies sold in the first week. She released a single a couple weeks ago called Easy on Me, which reached 266 million streams on Spotify on the very first day of its release. With Adele's dedicated fan base, these high chart-topping numbers are expected for every song on 30. There are 12 songs on the album and 3 bonus tracks, including a song featuring Chris Stapleton. Adele is making history by having this album gain so much traction after not releasing an album for years, and she hopes to continue breaking these records upon the album's release. As we look forward to this album, we should also look forward to the weather for this week. John, how about you update us on that?
Well, Morgan, today is supposed to be pretty warm with highs in the 70s and lows in the 50s. It's supposed to rain tomorrow, but as for the rest of the week, it should stay pretty cloudy with highs in the upper 50s and lows in the upper 40s. As you can see from the radar, there is heavy rain and some snow around, but it won't be affecting Knoxville for this week. And now we'll be right back after this short commercial.
24 hours.
24
hours. 24 hours
to inspire
Excellence.
excellence.
To inspire excellence.
24 hours to inspire excellence.
Go Irish.
Mandatory evacuation orders have been issued for some Colorado residents as firefighters respond to the Kruger Rock fire, which ignited Tuesday morning in Estes Park. Officials believe that 133-acre flames was ignited due to an issue with power lines. The Lamar County Sheriff's Office warned residents in the area that the fire poses an immediate and imminent danger. The fast-spreading fire is just 90 minutes away from Denver and is near the eastern entrance to the Rocky Mountain National Park. The flames were reported just before 7 a.m. Deputy Chris Smith said that all structures were threatened. However, there have been no reports of damage or injuries so far. The National Weather Service is reporting wind gusts up to 30 miles per hour, causing expected strengths in wildfires. Red flag warnings for the fire conditions were out through at least Tuesday evening from the Dakotas into western Nebraska, along with more parts of Colorado, western Texas, and eastern New Mexico. Gusts up to 60 miles per hour were reported in some areas. These can result in more rapid fire growth. About 150 personnel have been working on the Kruger Rock fire, and as of Tuesday evening, the flames were 15% contained. Now, Morgan, why don't you tell us about some other news?
Well, last week the trial for Kyle Rittenhouse began. He was charged with killing and injuring 3 people during a Black Lives Matter protest. He pleaded not guilty to all 2 accounts of homicide and 2 accounts of reckless endangerment. He also has a misdemeanor charge for possessing a firearm as a minor. His lawyers have said that he was acting in self-defense and that he should not be considered guilty for either crimes. Over 30 witnesses have spoken during the trial, but this was partially overshadowed because Rittenhouse acted as his own witness. This usually does not happen in the United States, and the jury will have a lot to think about during their deliberations in the upcoming weeks. However, in India, there has been a recent weather crisis. John, do you have any information on that?
Yes, Morgan. Air pollution in India's capital have begun to reach dangerous levels as there's a thick gray smog that covers New Delhi's sky and high-rise buildings. On Sunday, the city's air quality fell to a very poor category on Sunday, and in many areas, levels of deadly particulate matter have reached 6 times over the global safety threshold. The New Delhi government announced Monday that they are ordering the closing of schools for a week and construction sites for 4 days. It was ordered for also the government officials to work from home to reduce the amount of vehicles on the road. The result of the smog is said to be emissions from industries that have no pollution control technology and high production of coal, which helps produce most of the country's electricity. India said that they would like to phase down and not to phase out of coal power. Now over to Morgan and Paul to close us out.
That's all we have for you guys today. Make sure to keep checking back to the Irish Media Network for more news updates.
And be sure to follow us on all social medias for behind the scenes and updates on what's going on at KCHS.
Go Irish!